Going back to the rental units, rental versus owner-occupied, do you see different types of troubles in between those two? Like, do people come in conflict with one another, like owners and renting units?
Okay. Renting units, it's a huge topic, okay, and we can talk for hours regarding this matter. First of all, I want to make this comment that first of all, condominiums were designed at the beginning. The legislature designed condominiums for owners only, okay, not for rentals. However, lately, because of the recent trend, is that buildings are occupied. Condominium buildings are occupied by people who renting the condominium. We are managing condos that, for example, out of 360 units, 300 units, approximately 300 units are rented. Mm-hmm. And again, condominium high-rise was not designed to be managed for people who want to rent, because normally our rental buildings are for renters, right? So, and it's kind of, that provides additional workload on management company, because now we have to deal not only with the owner.
I would like to ask you the question about condos that are being partially rented, partially owner occupied. Is there any conflict between those two, and how it influences property management?
Okay, a very interesting question. First, I would like to comment that the legislator never designed a condominium act for a high-rise condo that is rented, practically fully rented. Okay, it defeats the idea of a condominium. However, the major trends now is that that many condos are fully rented. For example, we are managing a condo, 363 units. And about 300 units are
it's a very high number.
And that provides additional challenges, that provides additional workload on management companies. We practically now have to deal not only with owners, which is normal for us in this situation, but also with their tenants. And if tenants, for example, move in, move out, they're, for example, average owner lives in the condo unit about 3-5 years. Average tenant, it's sometimes less than a year or 2 years, and so it's more move-ins, move-outs. They're coming to front desk for more information. Sometimes they're complaining about something, and also, of course, a tenant is a tenant. He or she is not. She's not an owner. She has different psychology. They don't treat all the property around her as their own,
way, yeah.
Right? Because she's not an owner. She feels I'm temporary here, and this is
there's no
different
pride of
attitude,
ownership.
okay?
Yes.
Besides, very important for owners to understand the Condominium Act and their declaration requirements. What their duty to do, what their duty to provide, and how to deal with their tenants. Very important issues that are missed by owners is that they do not provide the rules of the condominium they shuffle their tenants into. Mm-hmm. And very often tenants find out, the pets are not allowed. So they're coming to management offices and how come pets are not allowed? And we find that they never seen the rules of the condo. So this is that provides, again, that gives us additional challenges in dealing with tenants.
And how about the short-term rentals? Like, short-term is even worse.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of the hot topics. Short-term rentals in a high-rise condo. Mm-hmm. From condominium management and board perspective, it's something close to an evil, because again it gives additional workload on a condominium system. Okay, condominium were never designed for short-term rentals. We are not hotels. Mm-hmm. Okay, and imagine front desk gets a call from someone from a unit and said, "Can you wake me up at 7 in the morning? I have to go to airport." And all of a sudden, management and front desk understands. Oh, we are running hotel here. and by the way, the guy who is paying $200 per night is damn sure that we have to wake him up at 7 or 6 in the morning, and he doesn't understand why we deny his services, and he complains, oh, they are rude. So we understand how many issues we may have because of this short-term rentals.
How do you deal with them? Like, what do you enforce?
Okay, first of all, sometimes short-term rentals are started without by some of the owners without looking into condominium declaration and rules and bylaws, which and the new condos nowadays, new condos provide a very clear definition that it's a no-no, okay, and you cannot have short-term rental. But imagine that owner already committed his unit to some short-term agency who is providing executive suites to services, okay, and he already rented it out. He has agreement for 1 year, and this the business that is running short-term rentals, okay, they also didn't check the declaration, and now you can understand how much frustration they may have in getting condominium lawyer's letter saying that you cannot do that, and we are strictly enforcing this rule, which is short-term rule. No short-term rentals in the building.
What is considered to be short-term rental?
Anything that under 6 months.
Under 6 months,
yes.
Okay.
Normally, this rule is in declarations and in rules that it's anything less than 6 months is considered to be short term.
Yeah.
And condominiums, older condominiums that do not have this rule, okay, what they do, we recommend to pass this rule that there should be no short-term rentals in a condo, and normally this rule applies 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Not anything that less than 6 months is considered to be short-term rental. Besides, let's remember that businesses that provide this kind of executive services, they violated city's bylaws because, and we are talking about that there's zoning bylaws, first of all, that there should be no hotels in that area. Okay, or imagine that there are 3 hotels, and all of a sudden executive suites do a competition to these hotels, and manager, we are not providing hotel services. Okay, so it's additional workload.
How does board accept those recommendations to do the changes to the bylaws in terms of short-term rentals? Usually,
they're all for it.
They are usually accepting
board
it.
Member is
a renter.
Is in business of providing executive services. And normally, all board members are just listening and our recommendations and following our recommendations that the rule must be in place that forbids the providing executive services short-term rentals.